Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are watching from. My name is Juliana Odukoya, and I welcome you again to the 365 Days Daily Bible Reading Experience. And welcome to day 22. And for day 22, I'll be combining for day 22 and day 23. So, how has been your reading for this day? I read Exodus chapter 18 to 20 and Exodus chapter 21 to 24. So I just want to give the summary of what I read and let's continue. So for Exodus 18, there we have the father-in-law of Moses who came to visit him in the wilderness, and his father-in-law brought his wife and his two sons. So Jethro was the father-in-law of Moses, and the father-in-law rejoiced with him for how God delivered Israel from Egypt, and he acknowledged the greatness of God. So, observing what Moses was doing, how he was judging the people alone, the father-in-law Jethro advised him to delegate some responsibility to capable leaders in order to ease the burden, in order to ease Moses' burden. So Moses implemented the advice and he appointed leaders as his father-in-law suggested to him. So he appointed leaders over thousands, over hundreds, fifties, and tens. So that was that. So in Exodus 19, the Israelites, they camped at Mount Sinai, and God spoke to Moses to come to the mountain, and he proposed a covenant. He declared Israel as a treasure, and he encouraged the Israelites to obey him. So the people of Israel, they were consecrated and they prepared to meet the Lord. So on the third day, there was a thunder, there was lightning and smoke, and God descended on the mountain, and God warned that no one should touch the mountain. So in Exodus 20, God gave the 10 commandments, the popular 10 commandments to the children of Israel, outline the law and the justice and how to worship God, the laws and everything. So the people were terrified by the display of God's power, and they asked Moses to speak to them instead of hearing directly from God. So God assured them that Moses assured them that God's presence was to instill reverence and to prevent them from sin. So God further instructed Moses to build an altar for proper worship. So that's all about that. So for the 22, or let me say 23, for Exodus 20 to 24, the God delivered the 10 commandments to the Israelites, thereby outlining the law on worship and honoring their parents, and he prohibited them against murder, adultery, theft, false witness, and covetousness. So the people were frightened by the thunder and by the lightning and by the smoke on the Mount Sinai. So Moses spoke on their behalf instead of them hearing directly from God, because they were afraid, and they said Moses should hear on their behalf. So Moses did, and God also gave instruction for building the altar that they will be used to offer sacrifice to him. So in Exodus 21, God detailed the law for the treatment, law on how to treat their servants, and including their rights and the freedom after 6 years. So God told them that after 6 years of service, for any slave that stay with them, God just gave them the law detailing that gave the detail of how to treat their servants, and this include their rights and freedom after 6 years of service. So additional law that address personal injury, uh, including this popular word that says an eye for an eye, and protection for women and children were also given. So there was also law for property law, such as dealing with theft and damage. So that was also established. So in Exodus chapter 22, laws concerning property, rights, theft, and restitution were provided. So social justice law that also address the protection of the vulnerable. The vulnerable includes the widows, the orphans, and the strangers. So God commanded fairness, so, and also prohibited exploitation, and emphasize respect for his authority. So in Exodus 23, so God gave laws about the justice, and fairness and compassion, such as not showing favorism in disputes and or taking bribes. So God instructed the Israelites to observe the Sabbath day, and to an annual feast. So the feast of unleavened bread, the feast of harvest. So God told them to observe it, and God also promised to send an angel ahead of them in order to lead them and to protect them, and warning them against idolatry. So God is against idolatry and disobedience as they entered into the promised land. So in Exodus chapter 24, Moses presented God's law to the people, and they agreed to obey the law of God. So he built an altar, like God has said, that was Moses, and sealed the covenant with sacrifices. So there's sprinkling blood on the altar, and the people, and the people. So the Moses, Aaron, and Nadab and Abihu, and other 70 elders, they saw a vision of God and shared a covenant meal. So Moses then ascended to Mount Sinai, and he was there for 40 days and 40 nights to receive the tablets of stone containing the law and the commandments. So thank you for listening to us today. I would like to encourage you to please subscribe to this channel, so as to encourage us, and so for us to grow together and learn together. And I will also want to see your comments below. And thank you. Have a wonderful day.